party tonight for some pals. Just a little soiree for some guys and some gals. I'd invite you to join, but my place is so small, and if I let one, well, then I'd have to let all. But we can chat for a bit until they all show. And then I'm afraid, well, you'll all have to go. Ah, how festive you all look. Just bursting with cheer. Hey, mister. Hi, lady. Yes, queer in the rear. You remember me, right? Oh, I'm sure that you do. When I was a youngster, I was Cindy Lou Who. You recall my big eyes, my pink one-piece pajama? It was a present that year from my now dead great-grandma. Oh, what an innocent I was. Oh, the ignorance of youth. Then life starts to unfold and you get kicked in the tooth. Well, I'm getting ahead. I don't mean to confuse. I just hate Christmas Eve, as do some of you Jews. See, my loathing stems from a deep-rooted place in a town known as Whoville, where I can't show my face. You remember the city? So festive, so bright. Our holiday seasons were just filled with delight. How we'd sing, Dahu Forest, Dahu Dores with glee, and we'd hang goo-goo gums and foo-foo fluffs from the tree, whatever the fuck those were. When you last saw me, I was 2, maybe 3. 'Twas the year I met Santa, or so he told me. He wore the same outfit, the buckled suit and the hat, but something had changed with this strange copycat. He was green and quite large, not man, not beast. He didn't look like Santa, no, not in the least. His whole intent was to stop Christmas that year, so he snuck into town on his doggy reindeer. Yes. He came right into our house as we were all sleeping. But then I heard a noise, so out of bed I went creeping. I watched for a while as he was stealing our shit. But then I cooed by mistake, and he saw me, that twit. Why, Santa Claus, why? I asked him sincerely, as he grunted and snorted as he made his way near me. He made up some lie about electrical malfunction. So fast with the fib, so resourceful, such gumption. But I believed his whole story. That's what the young do. I thought he was Santa, and his words were all true. How was I to know if he was evil or crass? He gave me some water, then patted my ass. Oh, excuse me a moment, this needs my attention. A guest could be lost and want some direction. Hello, Merry Christmas, and how do you do? Yes, you're speaking with me, Dot. It's Cindy Lou. Oh, hi, Fidwick. It's Fidwick, the big-hearted moose. Where are you? What's happening? Come over, let loose. Oh, you can't? Oh, no, I'm sorry to hear. An antler infection, it won't disappear. Yes, it just won't be the same. Well, thank you for calling. Ugh, that excuse was so lame. All moose shed their antlers in winter, it's true. I learned that from watching Captain Kangaroo. But that's okay! Let's go see God! And believe you me, they are fun. That silly moose can't upset me. I won't make a big stink. I'll just get my party started with a holiday drink. So let's see. I have whiskey and brandy and scotch on this table. You know what? I'll just make me a cocktail while y'all read your playbill. They're both the same color, so it's okay. Oh, sorry, you must think I'm so terribly rude. Any drinkers out there? Anyone in the mood? Yes? You, sir, come on up. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. Yes, have a seat. Oh, I bet you're a riot. from?
Boston.
Boston. Well, how majestic. Me, I never left Whoville. Just a girl who's domestic. What do you do for a living? Something acclaimed?
Retired.
Retired? Well, you shouldn't be ashamed. Maybe a little ashamed. And now it's time for a splash of some nice icy seltzer. But not too much seltzer, so fasten your belts. You've got to handle the seltzer with care and with grace. Because if you squeeze it too hard, it squirts right in your face. We all know someone like that. Now, we're not in AA or any of that nonsense.
Nope.
Good, because I don't want your relapse on my fucking conscience. What was your name again?
Fred.
Fred! Well, here's to you, Fred, my handsome, sweet pup. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Okay, bottoms up. Oh, that is strong. I have got to be careful. One of these and I'll sure be a hand. I think he might be straight. It was nice meeting you, Fred.
Nice meeting you.
Now get back to your seat.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm supposed to say he wasn't much fun as I thought he'd be, but he was fine. Get him another round. So where was I? Oh yes, that green freak who stole all our things and made our Christmas look bleak. Well, the next morning came and we Who's were not happy. With no toys to play with, the day was, well, crappy. No jing-tinglers, no pantukas, no skates for the meadow. It's like we woke up and now lived in a ghetto. Oh, I cried and I cried till I got a good slap. My parents were not entertaining my crap. They called me ungrateful, thankless, and churlish. They demanded I acted more happy and girlish. Cindy, they said, Christmas isn't about gifts. It's about peace and joy, so quit your crying and sniffs. So, the whole town got dressed and stood round the big tree. We sang that same song. Some folks were off-key. But we didn't let anyone spoil our tune, because we all had each other in our Whoville commune. And that in itself was truly enough. We Who's stood together through good times and tough. And the love that we shared made me feel oh so small. Though I still wanted a Malibu Barbie doll from Mattel. Oh, my guests have arrived. I now have to go. I'll catch up with you later. Nice chatting, you know. Such holiday luck to be surrounded by friends. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? You kids read? The sign says no trespassing. You throw a snowball at me again and I'll kick all your asses. Well, that wasn't nice. My spirits are new dropping. Just look at me now. My new dress is all sopping. I guess I'll have to go change. I'll be back in a twinkle. Dun, 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 Not even a wrinkle. Oh, those kids now in Whoville, they're so nasty and mean. But I'll get them back come next Halloween. I'm kidding. I would never put razor blades in apples again. You know what? After them throwing a snowball at me, I have to cheer myself up. You know what I'll do? I'll take out my stash. Have any of you ever smoked a pipe filled with Who hash? Don't ooh and ah me. It's like a prescription. It helps keep me in check so I don't have a conniption. You may not know this, but I suffer depression. do this that much. Don't get that impression. I've just had a hard life, which I'm sorting and dealing, and a smoke here and there, it just keeps me from feeling. One quick puff, and I'll see what my plan is. One sec. Woo! This shit is bananas! So back to that one crazy Christmas, where the Grinch rode away with our toys on the isthmus. An isthmus is a small body of land, forming a link between two larger parts of land, usually forming structures, craters, or clefts larger than itself. Aw, he has no idea what I'm talking about. Going right over your head, but if he didn't want to rub his face in between these two babies, you sure as fuck don't know what an isthmus is. I'll just dump things down for you from now on, okay, princess? So, all of a sudden we hear this ba-boo, ba-boo, from a bugle high up on a hill out of view. Then a sled tumbled down from the snowy white cliff. With that man beast aboard, we were all rather stiff. But that creature, that ogre that took everything, brought all our toys back when we started to sing. And I thought to myself, how peculiar, how strange that someone like him was now able to change. Well, we Who's were so moved by his act of contrition, we invited him to share in our holiday tradition. Christmas was a time to forgive and to care. We asked him to stay. We added a chair. That Grinch sat to my left at our afternoon feast. We even let him carve our delicious roast beast. After dinner, he bravely told us the facts, how he lived by himself with just his dog, Max. What a sad little life. It brought a tear to my face. How we can live all alone in that faraway place. Well, from that day forward, we became rather chummy. That green thing and I, he was charming, funny. He rode into town on his little ox cart. He was thoughtful and kind for an ugly old fart. He taught me to skate, ride my bike down the street. He took me for ice cream. Aw, that monster was so sweet. Well, the years flew by, and we remained rather close. My school chums didn't get it. They just thought it was gross. But every so often, you befriend someone offbeat who teaches you new lessons, makes you complete. I didn't care if he was different or not like the rest. He treated me kindly. That's my only test. I'm not going to fib. I can't even pretend. That silly old Grinch, he became my best friend. But things started to change when I turned 18. You see, I was becoming a woman, and he was still green. The night of my birthday, he took me alone to the dock where he gave me his present. His big, thick, long, excuse me. Hello, Merry Christmas. Why aren't you here at my party? Oh, Yordle the turtle, I knew you'd be tardy. But I can't hear you, my phone's not connecting. Oh, congratulations, your wife is expecting. How soon? How exciting, how thrilling, how nifty. The doctor supposes she's due to have 50. She's not feeling well? Yeah, sure, no, I get it. You're not stopping by. Don't worry, don't sweat it. Yes, to you and your wife as well. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. You can both go to hell! No turtles, my pernack and stood a shell right back. A pernack is a type of flamed mace originating in the 12th century, primarily used by Russians in the state of Kiev. It became popular because it was capable of penetrating a soldier's protective shells, which is why I thought it would be the perfect weapon to use on Yertle, because as a tortoise, he also has a shell. You're gonna have to just Wikipedia all this shit. Learning is fun! Well, half of my guests are clearly not coming. Calling this late, their behavior is numbing. Others will still come, so that they will, they're just not that punctual. Where the hell is my Advil? Oh, fuck ibuprofen, I need something stronger. I'm so nervous and edgy, I can't take this much longer. Oh, where the hell is it? I know I dropped it somewhere. Oh, blast damn it all! Oh, yes. There it is. My last tramadol. Can I take this with liquor? Yes? No? Maybe so?
Sure. Yes.
Screw it. It's my party. I'll give it a go. Good. Great. I feel better already. Although that cocktail has me feeling somewhat unsteady. Please, don't judge all my drinking and drugging. It's not like I'm out all night twerking and plugging anymore. So where was I? I'm really just a homebody, and I live right here in this shelter. And as for the liquor and pills, well, Mama needs a little helper. The first night I got laid. And if you think black men are hung, honey, try going jade. When he first took it out, I almost ran away. Because that thing between his legs grew 3 sizes that day. But he was gentle and slow. He took his time with me then. And when I relaxed, he hit it again. I was transported from my back to my front. And I particularly liked it when he would stick his tongue in my left ear. We have some dirty birds in this crowd. Dirty birds. You all thought I was going to say cunt. Oh, such new and strong feelings I had never felt before. My heart was exploding for my sweet paramour. I would run every day to meet my secret playmate. And then 1 month went by, and I failed to menstruate. I know, right? Oh, I had to do something and do something quick. I was nauseous and tired in the morning, so sick. So I went to the doctor who had me pee in a cup. The test results were confirmed. This bitch was knocked up. So I ran to the Grinch to relay my new finding, but he just smiled and laughed, found my news so exciting. He knelt down before me and got down on one knee. He took my hand in his claw and said, "Marry me?" Well, but my parents, however, weren't pleased in the least. I mean, who wants their baby girl deflowered by a beast? Mother was crying, and Dad looked up from his desk. A mixed marriage of color to them was grotesque. I pleaded with them. You don't understand. I love him. I know it's not what you planned. Well, my father, he grabbed me. He locked me into my room. You'll stay up there, missy. He will not be your groom. Hours and days passed as I started to plot. Because despite their displeasure, I was not throwing away my shot. Screw this, I only do numbers from Seussical. So, I starved myself in my room without friends until the 4th day when my parents came to make their amends. They opened the door, they said they were sorry. They brought me some cheese and some fresh calamari. Dad said he'd forgive my little moral evasion if I agreed to marry a boy who at least was Caucasian. From that weird Scottish clan, you got Morris McGurk, the kid from next door who I thought was a jerk. But Morris, now a young man, seemed rather nervous. But he met Dad's approval because he just bought a circus. Who the fuck buys a circus? But if I agreed to marry Morris, my parents would forgive and release my large dowry on which we would both live. Oh, hold on to your nerves. I don't want to burn my tasty hors d'oeuvres. Oh, these came out so nice, so warm and nutritious. Anyone want a taste? I swear they're delicious. Here you go. Don't eat it. So many of you are hungry out there, don't you know? You freaks should really eat before you come to a show. All right, don't yank it. You know what these are?
Pigs in a blanket.
Yes, pigs in a blanket. Aren't they tasty? They were made with good fats. But I couldn't afford meat, so I made them with rats. I'm kidding! No, I'm not. So, I agreed to marry Morris, and I swore I'd not falter. But on the day of my wedding, I left McGurk at the altar. I ran away from Whoville into the arms of the Grinch. I never looked back. Not once did I flinch. We were married days later, despite all the objection. We were wed amongst a small, weird collection. Martin was there, and the cat in the hat. The Lorax showed up, and oh girl, she got fat. The Sneeches and Wocket brought the obstinate Sam, who now was a vegan, so no more green eggs and ham. What did we go through all that for? I had a lovely reception on top of Mount Crumpet. We exchanged our vows there. Thing 2 played the trumpet. My wedding gown was lovely, a sight to be seen. We were married by Sylvester McMonkey McBean. Such a special occasion. But all the who's stayed away. My parents and friends, they disowned me that day. Some folks can't accept couples that are diverse. Some people think certain loves are perverse. But I didn't care what anyone said. I followed my heart. And so, I was wed. Well, after the reception, we moved right into his cave. But it didn't look like a cave. It was more like a grave. It was dreary and dark, and it smelled like you think. No kitchen, no plumbing, no toilet, no sink. How could anyone actually live in this hell in Whoville? Everything was so bright and pastel. Well, I knew I had to make the best of my new situation, so I gave it a makeover to reduce my frustration. I rolled up my sleeves and oh, I cleaned each little nook, every corner with bleach, 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 bleach. I went to Home Depot and purchased a drape, some towels and rugs to change the landscape. I hung posters and pictures and dried up flowers. All the time that I spent, that remodel took hours. And soon, with my touch, we now had a nice place. I looked at my husband. He had a smile on his face. Oh, I loved that green man beast. Oh, I swear that I did. And soon it came time for me to pop out that kid. Oy, my labor pains were tough. My contractions were numerous. And I freaked when I saw what came out of my uterus. You see, my child was not a small bundle of joy, but a big green blob. Was it a girl or a boy? With its fur and its claws, it looked just like its daddy. And no who dilly attached. We named the girl Patty. So we started a family as I lay down beside her. And I just hoped that my husband would be a decent provider. But I soon learned he hadn't a job. He just sat around all day like a great big fat slob. So I tried to get work. Application. But no who would hire me after I caused such a sensation. They all knew I ran off with that scary green monster. So no one would help us or offer to sponsor a meal or clothing or any knitwear. We even got turned down by Who Shield Healthcare. This was before Obama. Life was tough. We were poor and on the downswing, and my husband turned right back into a nasty old thing. He didn't help me find food or care about clothing. He just sat on his ass, increasing my loathing. What a fool I was. I should have married McGurk. That was it. I called Morris and I begged him for work. Morris took pity on me, threw me right into the loop. And so I got a job at a circus, cleaning elephant poop. The next few years, we scraped by on my income. It wasn't much, but at least it was some. But it all went south when PETA came to town. They took away all the animals, shut that circus right down. I asked Morris, how? How could they do this to you? But before he could answer, they took Morris away too. I later found out what had caused all that drama. Morris was having relations with a 12-year-old llama. Well, things went from bad to worse that next Christmas evening. Hattie was now 7, and we were starving and freezing. I went outside for a smoke and to ponder my woes. When I saw our dog Max had turned icy and froze. Well, my dumb spouse forgot to bring him in the night prior. So I rushed Max inside. I put him next to the fire. But despite my attempts, there was no winning path. Max was dead. We were starving. That's right.
No.
Do the math. I put Max in the oven, and I know this might sicken. But I sliced him and served. Dog tastes just like chicken. Oh, what have we here? A small paper jet, I know what this is. This is another regret. Well, let's open this and see what this letter produces, and who now is canceling, and what their excuse is.
Dear Cindy Little, I know this is sudden and awful rash, but we suddenly can no longer come to your holiday bash. We had every intention to show up at your trailer, but my wife had an asthma attack and lost her inhaler. The four of us all send you a holiday kiss. Signed, 1, 2, red, and blue,
Fish have gills! How could they have asthma attacks? I know what is happening. They won't say it to my face. But no one is brave enough to show up at my place. You see, the last part of my story was where it got twisted. But soon you'll all learn how I got, well, blacklisted. So, I already told you how I cooked up our hounds, but the last part of my tale I'm sure will astound. So, as my husband dug in, he started to holler. As he was chewing his food, he bit into the collar. It's your fault, I screamed, irate and upset. You don't have a job, so we're eating our pets. Enraged, he came at me, cursing and swinging. I ran out of the cave. As I heard the bells ringing. Christmas Day had arrived. The sun was now peaking. The Who's were awaking. Their front doors all were creaking. I saw my family and friends gathered round that big tree. How I loved that tradition when I was just 3. Then, my husband came at me with a rock in his mitt. It was him or me now. I don't put up with that shit. He lunged for me, soon moving in for the kill. I stepped quick to the left. As he slipped down that hill. Thousands of feet my husband would fall. And the saddest part was, I wasn't that sad at all. The police soon came and they found his dead carcass. I didn't shed a tear, they all thought it was harmless. They dragged me downtown to begin all their questions. I couldn't afford counsel, I had to rely on suggestions. They charged me that night with a murder offense. I pleaded with them, it was just self-defense. It was in all the papers and on TV shows. The whispers and gossip people chose to suppose. They called me a killer, some cold-hearted wife who had plotted and planned to take her own husband's life. But I didn't do anything except protect myself and my child. But the press had a field day. The rumors went wild. No one believed sweet Cindy Lou Who. They just painted me as some sick psychopath shrew. I watched the 12 people the lawyers did choose, a jury of all my peers, all consisting of who's. Well, they found me guilty and said that I lied. They charged me with murder and, yup, cannicide. They put me in handcuffs for all of my slaughter, and I watched as they soon took away my young daughter. They first brought her to my parents for all their protection, but when they saw what she looked like, she got their rejection. They didn't want other Who families to know of this grandchild, so they slammed their front door. My Patty was exiled. She was placed soon enough in an orphanage cage, where she would stay until she was of legal age. The last time I saw Patty was in that one courtroom pew. My last words to her were, Mommy loves you. So they threw me into a van like some hoovilly trash. As the paparazzi took pictures, all the cameras did flash. We drove for a long while till we arrived in fresh hell, at a prison located in Madafuck hell. They led me through the front gate past the mirrored reflector, and I first had to step through a metal detector. They ripped off my clothing at a time of such gravity, as a female matron was inspecting my cavity. And I ain't talking dental. They placed me in a holding cell, all the inmates abuzz, where I was interviewed by some bitch who looked like Gertrude McFuzz. 12 long months I sat alone in that cell. I didn't have a comb, no barrettes, not even hair gel. All of my choices now seemed oh so wrong. And I got involved with a Grinch, and that was wrong all along. It was Christmas Eve once again, and so much had changed. No smiling, no laughing, no gifts were exchanged. I so wanted to be young again and not grown. But I was no longer a girl, I had a girl of my own. I could feel my heart breaking, my spirit was slain. To take a child from her mother, there is no greater pain. I never should have left my family and caused them such disgrace. And what I thought was real love was really just misplaced. I gave up everything to be with him. My childhood, my home. And what did I get for it, huh? Because I was stuck here all alone. Well, that was the sad part of the show. We dropped the penny deep here at Wilton Manors. So, a few days later, I was transferred to a cell that was permanent. As I passed by some female felons playing a bridge tournament, this new cell was even smaller than the first. 2 bunk beds and a toilet. That's right, it got worse. So I lay down on the bottom bunk and I tried to get some rest. But I was soon awakened by a ferocious new guest. This bossy old woman who was loud and was large. She was my new cellmate. They called her Bad Mouth Marge. What you doing in my bed? The bottom bunk Marge owns. Get off that mattress, you sad bag of bones. I'm sorry, I said. I was scared and was shaken. Don't do it again or I'll fry your damn bacon. I had no idea what that was, but I knew it didn't sound like something I would particularly enjoy. What you in for, Petunia? Tell Marge what you did. Did you write some bad checks? Did you diddle some kid? They say I killed my husband. That's what they think I've done. But I swear I didn't do it. That's my 411. We all didn't do it. Marge approved of her spewing. I killed my mans too, because my sister, he was screwing. Shot her first, then cut him up with a knife. It's no one surprised that I'm in here for life. Well, I was horrified. I did not like Marge fully. I mean, I did not want to live with yet another mean bully. One more thing and we'll get along fine. What is it? I asked. Stop talking in rhyme. That's how all the Who's talk, I tried to explain. Well, you ain't no who here, so start talking plain. Don't tell me what to do, I surprisingly blared as Marge came toward me with her nostrils all flared. Don't make me hurt you, as she got into my space. I didn't know how to react, so I just spit in her face. Well, that was it. I just thought that I was dead. But what Marge did next surprised me instead. She reached out her hand and said, "Good for you! You gotta be tough and a little cuckoo to survive in this place," Marge bellowed with pride. And as I shook her soft hand, I started to cry. Marge sat me down and put her arm around my shoulder. "Why don't you listen to someone a little wiser and older?" She wiped a tear off my cheek, rubbed the hair on my head, and as she started to rock me, she turned and she said, "Look up, Buttercup. Lock up is hell. But you can't let on that you're scared if you want to excel." I knew she was right. I'd have to fight daily wars if I was going to survive with these skanks and these whores. Marge taught me to make the most of my new plight. I worked in the laundry. I made crafts at night. Together with Marge, it all became bearable. My life wasn't over. It was completely repairable. I started taking college courses online every week. Biology, algebra, I even learned me some Greek. After years of long, hard study, I got a college degree. I majored in business through DeVry University. It's accredited. I was no longer puzzled, perturbed, or perplexed. I even tried me some of that lesbian sex. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, you do. After 10 long years, I had brains, I had brawn. But I woke up one summer morning to find that Marge was now gone. "Where is she?" I screamed. "What did you do with my pal?" Marge had been transferred to another jail cell by the canal. Well, I slept in her bed in that now quiet cell. I could still feel her there. I could still smell her smell. I miss that old coot. I miss Marge a lot. But now some other bitch was just sitting on her cot. "Get off that bed, missy," I said to that girl. "I sleep there now." Ooh, she got my skirts in a twirl. But this sad little thing, she just started to weep. I didn't mean to upset her. I'm not some mean creep. My heart went out to that lost little type. I had been in her shoes. I know what that's like. So I sat her down and gave her that same talk that old Marge gave me, with my arm around her shoulder and my hand on her knee. But a few months later, I was bursting with glee. I had made my parole. They were setting me free. I said goodbye to the girls. I was no longer broken. I gathered my things as the jail doors slid open. You know, in prison, I stumbled upon what I needed to find. It was me that I found all those years being confined. Because you want to know something, and this is the truth. Cindy Lou Who is not the girl of her youth. See, there's a force out there that's so loving and giving, and whatever that is, takes care of all that is living. So, I guess I'm grateful for all that's transpired. It made me stronger and wiser. It's what was required. Sometimes in life, good people do some bad stuff. But they can turn it around if they want to enough. So, surround yourself with people who are kind and who care. And if they don't treat you like that, then watch out! Beware. And as for romance, well, I don't have any advice. Love is crazy. Love is awful. Love is, well, sometimes it's nice. Just be leery of the ones you don't budge one damn inch. Because listen up, ladies and gays. A Grinch stays a Grinch. So, I was released a few months ago for my good behavior. And my dead great uncle, well, he left me this trailer. As for my Patty, I've never seen her again. Well, she has her own life now with her new family and friends. How many times did I try to reach out? Well, she blames me, I guess. Such anger, such doubt. She's a young woman now, and she looks like my clone. Well, that is if you overlook her greenish skin tone. Rumor has it she's happy, so gifted, such smarts. She actually chose a career in the performing arts. After studying voice with Maurice de Cricket, she now plays alphabet in the national team. She's very talented. Spending Christmas with Patty would have been so ideal. Well, maybe next year when her emotions can heal. That's why I wanted to throw this party to make things more easy. Because Christmas Eve always makes me so anxious and queasy. I know you're not coming. Can you stop with the lies? Can't you just be forthcoming? Nobody wants to be seen with me now because of my past you all disavow. Well, thank you for calling and speaking with reason. And to you as well, enjoy this bright fucking season. Well, that's that. I suppose none of my guests will be shown. Might as well turn off the lights. Oh, look. It's snowing. So many people are out there tonight. In the arms of their loved ones, holding them tight. Tomorrow they'll awake and exchange a nice gift. Having someone here with me now would have given my spirit a lift. Well, that's all right. Just another day. It'll be over soon. I should just go to bed now. Sleep way past noon. You all should go home to the people you love. I'll be fine. I'm okay. Well, maybe. Kind of. I tried to reach out to all of my friends, but they didn't want to be friends, so this is how it all ends. Why are you all still sitting here staring at me? Don't you have places that you need to be? I don't want your damn pity. There's so many things to do and see in the city. yet you remain. None of you stir. Maybe I was wrong about who my friends really were. You've all been here all along, right in front of my eyes. We laughed and we talked. I had fun with you guys. Well, I have an idea now. Lend me an ear. How would you like to spend Christmas Eve with me? Here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you, Fred, will you stay?
Absolutely.
And all of you? Come on, we'll have our own party. I know. We can sing a song, but time. I'll do the melody, but the harmony's mine. You'll do the melody. But I don't have a piano because I just have this one little room. Oh, but I know how we'll carry our tune. I have this box, a rare musical thing. I'll open it up. Oh, that's perfect. Come on, everyone, let's sing. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. All right, shut the fuck up. This part. Oh, merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. You can see where Patty gets it from, huh? Now everyone, even in the cheap seats, golden Oh, it's been so wonderful spending time with you folks. You were a great crowd. You got most of the jokes. And before we all go, I just want to sing this. I hope that it brings you some seasonal bliss. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm sure it's just those kids from before who were bratty.